Welcome to Boars of Valor. I'm Elizabeth, and today we're talking about my 12-month ahead reading. So something felt off with this reading. These are all the decks I used. Something felt off about this reading this year, and I think it is because I normally start it on the solstice times, like December 20th, 21st. Excuse me, I just ate, so I'm burping. And so this is the notebook I write all my readings in. I think it's important to have like a space to jot it down because I feel like as I'm writing, I'm getting more information as I'm like writing things down, and then I check. When I read for myself, I don't do this. When I read for other people, always, sometimes it's a discussion. I do check the guidebook because that's how I pick up new meanings for what I already know. Like, it gives me another facet of what this card means. And I am just looking back in my journal. So I started on December 30th and I finished taking notes on this reading on January 20th. And basically at this point, I should be revisiting this for next month. So January's gone. I might sit and reflect on what I wrote for January, but I mostly think of it as moving forward into the next month and in the month prior. So for January, I'm going to do like a mini touch base, not with the same cards, reading for February, and then kind of compare the two. Am I great at this? No, not at all. Not even a little bit. I do not offer 12-month readings at the moment because I find at the moment a 3-month more focused in reading is a bit better. I do this for myself as kind of a journeying process, and I feel like once I find the best way to work with this 12-month knowledge, then I will be able to offer it to other people. But because right now I kind of am not utilizing it as much as I would like to, I don't offer it, if that makes any sense. But I feel drawn to do it every month, which is just interesting. But anyway, I just wanted to check in. I do think I did too much this year. Too many decks. I should have 3 max, because I only pulled 1 tarot card. So we're just going to pull these guys over to the side, and we'll just take a look at all the decks I used. So I used the Crystal Vision Tarot, which was a gift away from Sunset Bow Tarot, and I adore this deck. This is one that lives in my brain rent-free. Like, this one's always calling to me. I feel like my inner teenager loves this deck. This is like what she would have been drawn to. Although I don't think my current self would have ever purchased this deck if I wasn't gifted it. I mean, eventually I feel like I would have come across it, but I just am so thankful that this came into my hands, because I feel like I maybe would not have put it into my hands myself. And it's just the artwork that I, like, 13-year-old me was obsessed with. And 13-year-old me did get her hands on a tarot deck and was guided away from it due to an unfortunate experience. So she might have ended up with this one, but that was not in the cards. But yeah, I love this deck. So I pull 1 of each deck. There's one that's a little tricky. So there's 1 of these tarot cards. So we will not be using these to check in, because we're going to use a different tarot deck and bring some different energy into the revisit. There's something very cozy about these images. And I don't have, like, if someone were to say they wanted a romance focus for some reason, this is the deck I think I would pull. Because I don't really have a lot of decks that are super specific in terms of like career romance, finance, like, but this is the one that I think my brain would think of because just the colors in it seem very romantic to me. And then we pulled a crystal for every month. I just adore this deck. This is the second edition of the, I don't know how to say this, but this is the company. And it is the Radiant Crystal cards. I had the first edition where you couldn't really read the words, so I pre-ordered this right away because I knew I wanted it. And what I love about this is the information on the back, because they give you an affirmation and energies. If that's really the areas I hone in on at the moment. Not to say I won't become invested in the other areas as time moves on, but at the moment, those are the areas that grab my attention. The artwork is just gorgeous. It's cool if you own the crystal. You can then utilize it physically, or if not, you can use the cart to bring in the energy, because some crystals are a little harder to obtain. This one went crazy and is very hard to obtain. And if they are hard to obtain, when you can bring them into your home, they're very costly. So not everyone has that ability. So this is a really cool way to get, I don't know how many are in this deck at the top of my head. And nothing on the box that I'm quickly peeking at says so. You might have to go to their website, because I don't currently have that information. But yeah, it's gorgeous. So I thought this would be cool to bring crystal energy and an affirmation for the month. So that was the second deck I used. And then I am obsessed with archetypes. I have a few archetypal focused decks, but I decided to go with this tried and true one. It is highly used by the Cosmic Space Witch, who I am taking a class with as well. And this is the mini. I have the larger version as well, but the mini is really just adorable. And so this brings the archetypal energy in for the month. And I do really, really love this deck. This is like the tiniest, most adorablest card book ever. It is very cool because you get like some extra keywords, a description, and then it gives you another little thing. Sometimes it gives you a task to do, but it's like another connection to the reading. And then sometimes, again, a task, but it just gives just a lot. It gives a lot. Sorry. I'm trying to find a good place to plop this. They give you a lot of information for your archetype, and I'm just fascinated with archetypes in general. So the little book fits. It's a little tall, but it's nice, compact, in a very safe tin can. So love her. Then we have the herbal astrology. Herbal? How do you actually say that word? I don't know. And you are the medicine. I really like this because it gives you a keyword on it, but the guidebook really goes through some history of how the herb was used. Herb? I want to say herb, but words are hard. Like, I can't pronounce this one. So this was also another energy. It was really cool, and this is why I love reading cards. What's really cool is when your tarot card's message aligns with your crystal or the archetype, and the herb really are telling a similar story, but they're focusing in on what was a broader thing, and then because they have such a similar energy, you can then bring the two of them together and kind of focus it in a bit more because they're both talking about the same things. So that's something I really enjoy. I combined the three of these. They're now back to being separate. These are all expansion packs. And I pulled one word from one of these, so they were combined. So that was one. And then, so I pulled 2 words per month for 2025. And then from the main Sovereign Oracle deck, I pulled one. So there's one from this and one from a combination of these three. I'm not opening these three because I'm lazy. So this gives you a word and then 3 different definitions, and you can take all of them or you can take one of them. So I recorded all of them in my notebook, and I love words, so I think this is just such a cool little tool that I want to use more. So this was a cool way to do that. But yeah, so adorable. I just really love this little deck. And yeah, this one I think I saw it on Lisa Pepez's channel, and that is where I heard about it. But yeah, so that is my 12-month ahead thoughts. These are just my thoughts. That deck's upside down. Just the thoughts on like the use of a 12-month ahead spread, how I use it, how I hope to use it at least. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you use a 12-month ahead spread, let me know how. I'm definitely very curious because I do see a lot of people mention it. They'll show pictures of them sitting and doing it. I will say I thought I was going to add in an animal energy, and that might be something to add in on the monthly check-ins. But yeah, this was how I did mine. On December 30th, I did pull all of the cards, and then I had them put away in a manner that I could revisit it easily to just write about the cards then. And life got in the way. That is why it took till like mid-January for me to finish. And it wasn't a choice to take that long. It just kind of happened. So yeah, life happens, and we continue with what we want to do for our tarot practice as we can. And that's that. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Let me know how you use 12 months ahead. Bye.